Guess what I've been doing for the last 5 hours? Trying to book Taylor Swift tickets, of course. The hunt for Taylor Swift tickets has been absolutely maddening. There have been theories, strategies, and multiple devices. But in the end, I actually landed up in a really grey zone of the internet. Want to know how? Continue to watch. So I've been a Taylor Swift fan for all my life, starting from class 7 when I first heard Love Story till like All Too Well, which released just like 2 years ago. I've listened to every song on loop multiple times. And then came the record-breaking Eras tour. People scrambled for tickets. Ticketing sites crashed. Cities were renamed for her. There were entire concerts in parking lots itself. Ticket sales even crossed 13 million per night. And this tour is slated to be the first ever in history to cross $1 billion. So naturally, being the fan that I am, I kept an eye out for the Southeast Asia dates. The only place she said she was gonna come? Singapore. And I was like, okay, let's try and get the tickets. Then the rules told us that there would be multiple steps to this process. The first one, registration. So you had to register on the Ticketmaster site to try and get the unique access code. What would the access code guarantee? If you got the access code, you would at least get a chance to try and book tickets. So the first thing I did, obviously, registered. So now this was going to be a matter of chance of whether I get this access code or not. So I had to increase my odds of getting it. So what did I do? I made at least 30 other friends register in my name. Now here's the thing. The next day I got to know that over 8 million people had registered to try and get tickets. So what were my chances? Pretty damn low. The capacity of the stadium is just 55,000. She's playing for 6 nights. So how many tickets would there be? About 3.5 lakh at best. But here's where the story started to feel like hope. On the morning of the 5th, I actually got an email from Ticketmaster saying that I have been selected to get that unique access code. We watched reels, we read articles on how to secure the best spots. We studied the full seat map to understand which were the best seats. And by the morning of the day of the sale, on the 7th, we were ready for war. Fully prepped with multiple devices logged into different IP addresses, we were sure we were gonna get the best possible tickets. We entered the holding room half an hour before just to be sure. And at 9:30, which was 12 PM SGT, we were given the queue number 16 lakh or 1.6 million. As soon as we got the queue numbers, obviously we became very depressed. There was practically no hope. And even after 1 hour of being in that queue, there was no movement. And that's when the journalist in me sort of kicked in to ask, what is happening? Because there are people on the internet already talking about reselling tickets. So who are these people who are getting tickets? So I started looking up on Twitter, Reddit and all other forums that I could find where people were talking about the Singapore tour. A little digging later, I came across something called bypass links. These bypass links were actually advertised very freely on the internet and they promised that for some fee, they would actually give you a code which would help you get ahead in the queue. You would still need a UOB card or an access code to buy the ticket. So soon I was like, I have to figure out how does this work. Made a few calls, had a friend in Singapore, asked her, do you know something about it? She had a friend who said that, yeah, I know somebody who signed up for it. Soon I was in a Telegram group where there were bypass links being shared. I clicked on one and you believe it or not, I was at seat selection. And they actually allowed me to apply my code and go till checkout. I don't know if it's verified or not, but it was the Ticketmaster site. Something in me told me this might just be fishy or a scam, so I chickened out. But many on the internet said that they actually bought tickets using these bypass codes. And was it really unethical? In some ways, sure, but it was just a misuse of technology, right? And what happened to me? 5 or 6 hours later, my queue, the actual one, the original one, actually moved ahead And when I got to seat selection, as expected, everything was sold out. Well, if you have a different strategy of booking Taylor Swift tickets, tell us in the comments below. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe to Her Zindagi.